Hey y'all, I'm back. Um, Subscribe. Sound like I'm tired of saying that? I'm not. I can say it forever. Subscribe. Share. Like the video. Let's get into the story. Okay? Now, today I want to tell y'all about this situation that I found myself in, and I'm really glad I didn't put my whole self into it. It did waste a lot of my time, but I don't want to say it wasted my time. I just learned a very valuable lesson. All right, this is when I was still living in Virginia. I was single at the time. This was right before I met the gentleman that I was in a 7-year relationship with. So I started talking to this man. He lived in New Orleans. And I think I started talking to him online. Had to be online. It wasn't MySpace. I think it was maybe Black Planet. Anyway. So I had already felt like I wanted to get married. I felt like I was getting older. I think I was like 27. At the time, I was like, oh, I really want to be married. No, I wasn't 27. I was like 28, 29. But anyway, I was like really at the point where I was like, look, I have 2 kids. I don't want another baby daddy. Next person I have a baby with will be my husband if I have any more children. So I had put into the universe that I wanted a husband. Simply a husband. I was not specific with the universe. I just said I want to get married. I want a husband. I want someone that wants to marry me, that wants to take care of me, that wants to be a husband, that wants to have a family. That is all. That was my energy that I was giving to the universe. Okay. So I met this gentleman very quickly after I did that little I want. I met him extremely fast. So he was very clear that he wanted a wife. He was, I think, around 40 something maybe. Had never gotten married, hadn't had any children. He wanted to be married before he had children. Very noble idea. Okay. He had told me that he had come close, but things happened and he wasn't able to be a father or a husband. So he made it very clear. He was like, look, are you able to have any more children? I was like, yes. He said, well, do you mind me being able to verify that whenever we meet and get to know each other a bit more, and I want to, feel like I want to marry you, will you be okay with going to the doctor and having yourself checked to make sure that you are able to have more children? I said, well, I am, but that's fine to give you some type of feeling of security. Sure. No problem. So he was like, great. So he then insisted on me telling him called me every single day and every night during his work, because he had his own business. During his work, during the day during his outings, and I was able to verify these things because I could see him on FaceTime and I could hear people asking him questions, and I could hear, it would be very difficult to fake this type of thing every day, because it was every day, Monday through Friday. I heard business being spoke upon, and Saturdays and Sundays I didn't hear much of anything. Maybe his mom, maybe his sister's voice. Okay. So I felt like I did a little search on him. He checked out to have his business and all this stuff. Problem was with him. He was very demanding and controlling. And he did not try to sugarcoat that shit. He was clear. Yes, I'm controlling. I want what I give. I give absolute, what's them call it, uninterrupted attention, and that's what I want. I give 100% loyalty, and that's what I want. I give these things, and that's what I want. I demand it. Got you. He was like, well, once we get married, you cannot work anymore. I was working night shift at Walgreens. And he was like, that's going to end. You can't be carrying my babies and be at work at night. That's not going to work. I was like, fine. So what am I going to do for money? I'm going to take care of us. Babe, I have a business. Got you. So how would that work? He was describing, you would get a allotted allowance. And when I heard allowance, I automatically was like, I'm not a fucking child. But this is what it's called. Whether you be a child or grown up. Someone is putting money into your bank account, or they're giving you their hard-earned money to take care of your basic needs or whatever, things that they don't want to, not bills, but like, if you need this or that, if you need underwear or Tampax or blah 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 blah, that's what it's called, an allowance. And I was like, okay. Problem was with him. I was like, well, so am I required? It felt like a business deal. It didn't feel like it was going to be a marriage. It felt like it was going to be a marriage, like not love and roses, a marriage. So I was like, okay, so during extracurricular activities, is there any stipulations upon that? He's like, yes. I require doggy style with your hands tied behind your back. I was like, that's it. He's like, yes. I said, no other variations, no oral, none of that. He's like, yeah, you can fuck me, but I don't do that. I'm like, so I was like, well, it was nice knowing you. You were entertaining, and but I can't do that. That sounds like a really boring extracurricular activity life. It just sounds like torture and boring. You know what I'm saying, y'all. That sounds crazy. So I was like, nah, can't do it. Couldn't do it. Y'all subscribe. I hope you like the story. Bye.